So, I'm Alice Marshall. I'm from the University of Derby, like Phil. Phil Bassey is a colleague. But like I was just introduced, I am a dance academic. So slightly different, but my work has evolved for dance for film. So I am not a filmographer. I hire a filmographer to work with me. But today I'm here to talk to you about a project I've recently done called Tender Steps. Now, I wanted to raise now that this project is about baby loss, miscarriage, and early loss. So if this is not a subject for you, please do not worry. You can step away from the room and I will not be offended. Nothing graphic is revealed. The film I'm going to share is not graphic, but just wanted to raise that trigger warning at this point. So if we could go on to the next slide, please. So these are some images from the film. So Tender Steps, as I've said, is about baby loss. And that is a lived experience of my own. I now have two very annoying, healthy girls at home. But prior to those successful pregnancies, I lost two babies, one very late into pregnancy. Obviously, I'm a dancer. I'm a ballet dancer from the age of 3 and evolved into contemporary dancer. And the way I express myself is through dance. Now, this was obviously quite a pertinent point in my life, and I wanted to raise awareness around it. So a lot of my research at the university is about how can art and dance specifically be used to raise awareness. Dance itself is known as the universal language, and how can that translate in a topic that's quite difficult to talk about? So this film was funded by Arts Council England, which is our main government funder here in the UK. They gave me a big pot of money to make a film for Baby Loss Awareness Week, which was in October 2024. And we have it yearly in the UK. I worked with the Work Health Hub, which is an organisation which works with massive companies to make sure they are looking after their employees and raising awareness accordingly. I worked with a perinatal charity called Connected, and they are now using the film as part of their training with their midwives and with their volunteers who are looking after people who maybe have had loss. I worked with Dance Mama, which is an organisation which is specifically for dancers who've gone on to become mothers. And a lot of that is around when you're pregnant, your body changes and dancing can be tricky, and then the repercussion years post that. And then I worked the Baby Loss Awareness Week. So the idea was to create a film, and I, as a choreographer, am very interested in a one-shot film, a continuous take, no edit. And maybe that's because I'm a control freak. I didn't want someone editing it. I wanted the choreography to be as it was. We then chose a site which is in the UK called Ochre Hill. And this had real resonance to me personally because it's in the village I grew up in, but also it's a place where I planted a plant for the babies I had lost, which was something my therapist encouraged me to do. So a very pertinent site, but also in nature. And that was really important to me too. So to date, it's been released for just under a year, and digital viewers are just above 7,500 now. And in person, over 400 have viewed the film. And more today, because you're about to see it. So thank you very much. But today I really did want to talk about that sustainability. Now, I come from a background where theatre performance is still the key output. And the sustainability of that is being questioned. So Tender Steps explores sustainability through care, connection, and collaboration. Modelling an arts practice that supports emotional well-being, social cohesion, and long-term civic impact. So in terms of emotional sustainability, the film addresses themes of baby loss, as I've mentioned, and then that perinatal mental health. And this is all done through a dance and film. And this contributes to emotional resilience and well-being. Supporting grief and healing through creative expression builds emotional capacity, both for individuals and communities. And this is a vital aspect of sustaining human experience. By providing space for those really difficult conversations and shared experience around grief, Tender Steps enhances emotional sustainability, ensuring we nourish not just our bodies, but also the economies and the inner lives of individuals and communities. So in terms of its social sustainability, the project's collaborative sharing of the film, so how we shared it online, we've shared it in person, the many aspects of way of sharing. And we work with bereaved families to share to them, local support networks through our charities, and healthcare professionals. This strengthens community ties and a shared understanding of this topic. This helps build inclusive, compassionate networks, which are a foundation for socially sustainable societies. This uplifts marginalised voices and strengthens local support infrastructures. Finally, there's that notion of a sustainable artistic practice, and I'm sure I will be argued on this around the world, but it's still in debate. But by embedding the work within existing community and health frameworks and prioritising a long-term relationships with them over short-term outputs, similar to what Phil was discussing, Tender Steps resists extractive or one-off project models. It demonstrates how art can integrate meaningfully into civic life. It prioritises depth, connection, and long-term impact over short-term spectacle. A model for a sustainable cultural intervention, perhaps. In short, this project's underlying ethos resonates with broader environmental values, reminding us that sustainability begins with how we relate to one another. Now, with that in mind, I want to just share the film. And as I said, it's not graphic, it's highly interpretive, as dance can be. But if it's not for you, I totally understand.